it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Golden Gophers offense will have the first crack at it in this one. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster, the crowd more.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
We were talking to the defensive coaching staff coming into this game tonight, and they said we really feel good about our pass rush. We feel like we've got guys up front that can win one-on-one. We've got to let these guys hunt. We've got to let them eat, and they're doing it on the first play of the game.
There he goes. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. The Golden Gophers want to pick up the tempo.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gun of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. They'll give it to the back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
These old girders are rocking on third down here at Beaver Stadium. From the gun, wants to pass. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Smashes through the tackle. The 10. And he ran away from the... to take it in. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Nittany Lions offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Ball is at the 35. It's first and 10. Makes the grab. It's Gonzalez. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Nittany Lions with a second and short to keep this drive moving. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Grabbed behind the line, it's Lanier. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
Behind the chains now on second and long. The run through the shotgun.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Complete to the right. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota!
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start, and turning it on! Out to the 35-yard line, and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Got it behind the line. It's Hawkins. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Looking to the big tight end. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Nittany Lions, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Got some room into the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. The early scripts have work trying to add to this 14-7 lead. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played 1 quarter. We reach the break. It's Minnesota holding the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Williams. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. For the many fans of the program, they started this season dreaming of a national championship. That dream has quickly turned to a nightmare, falling all the way out of the top 25. Where is their head right now amidst all of this chaos?
They got to get their heads out of the clouds right now and finally play up to their potential. They've got a lot of talent, but they have not been able to put it together on game day. There's a lot of people on social media and the message boards, sports talk radio locally, very, very angry with how this team has played. They've got to do something to turn it around, Dave.
That's not the place I thought they had to get their head out of. I mean, it's been a dumpster fire. It has not been good this year. They've got to somehow right this ship. There's too much talent on this squad to be losing game after game and falling out of the rankings.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. And he's got it from 57. What a beauty. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Rush is on him. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
Man, Penn State is known for its defense, right? Tough, physical, they can stop the run, and they can get after the quarterback, and they do it from the linebacker position. You think about the legacy this...
He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better.
Breaks into the open. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for a first.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
Second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
This is a fullback who can be a weapon in this offense. He can block, you can hand it off to him, he can also catch the ball.
On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Converts on fourth down. Still going. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down. Wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw again. Finds his big tight end. The Nittany Lions come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. That'll be enough to give them a first and goal from the 10.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on third and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
Gonna run it. It's Hawkins. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. Good right down the boulevard. It's now a one-point game, 14-13.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and force a tackle for a loss.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Another incompletion on third down. And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll try to really get into this one. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part...
Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Nittany Lions headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Now facing a third and long. Pressure coming. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. And he needed every lift. of strength to somehow sneak that over the crossbar. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. They'll leave it with him. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And the Nittany Lions will punt it away on fourth down. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Slips through the line. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And that spin move kept the play alive and let this guy pick up a few extra yards.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Give to the running back. He's stopped again. He's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far. I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. The Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Makes the catch. It's Gonzalez. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Gets it past the mark. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Quickly out to the tight end. There he goes. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not opening up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback, and you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Leaves it with the running back. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. And he gets there, and they get it down at the 14-yard line.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
He'll get rid of it. He's got an open man. There he goes. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Golden Gophers come to the line in the hurry-up.
That's going to drive the defensive coordinator crazy because these guys take pride on their sub-defense packages. When you get into 3rd and long situations, that's when D coordinators love to get creative and throw all these exotic blitzes and pressure the quarterback. Nobody got even close to him that time. Way too much time to survey the field. And that was just way too easy for the offense to pick up that first.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. Turning it on. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. The Golden Gophers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. With the catch, it's Russell. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Handoff from the gun. He's stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season. They have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. 3rd in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that 3rd down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. He got it. That'll put. To within 6. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Missouri is getting hammered right now. They are the nail, and that figurative mallet is just pounding them into the ground. What a bad look. They're trailing by 14 to Houston. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else. Ben?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Extending the play. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. The Nittany Lions can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The Nittany Lions have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To the air, it's Newton. Bringing the heat. Breaks into the open. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. The Nittany Lions will have it 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards, maybe. 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. He leaves it with the back. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. And the Nittany Lions started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on 1st down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run for it. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they take it in for 6 more points. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit. And
he lets one fly deep. Pulls it in down the sideline. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Gophers!
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And here's the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers there.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Newton. Finds the tight end. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Offense getting set for first down. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL.